Yeah, so we can start playing D&D.
You can now start playing D&D.
Wonderful. I'm going to take that to mean the stream is up, and I'll start the recap.
Yep, yeah, you go for it. My part is
Cool.
done.
So, when last we left our party, they had travelled to the failed elven colony of Fallen Dawn, which was overrun by undead, in order to try and deal with whatever dark power had begun to organise them. They infiltrated the island and hid their ship, and then ventured deeper into enemy territory. They explored a keep that they had discovered had come from a missing kingdom of Barovia, a land that had been cursed and had disappeared into the Shadowfell when its lord, Strahd von Zorovich, had become the first vampire. They met one of Strahd's minions, a vampire called Lady Vesna, who had hoped to stall them, but with clever use of illusion magic and a sneak attack, they were able to defeat her. Unfortunately, due to her nature as a vampire, she barely escaped with her life and fled towards the corrupted temple on the island. Before they sprung their surprise attack, they gained some information from Lady Vesna that included that Lady Vesna and her allies had been warned about the fate touched by Zernas, and that they had planned to sacrifice the party to complete their mission years ahead of schedule, and that by having the portal expand until it filled the entire island, they hoped to bring the island to expand their land of Barovia. Soon after Vesna's escape, you felt incredible malice coming from the direction of the corrupted temple, as Vesna and her allies were successful in summoning their backup. You took shelter in a watchtower overlooking the keep and rested to regain your strength, preparing for the battle ahead. And I think we'll roll back the clock to you guys actually beginning your long rest at the start of the session. So
we slept in this creepy tower.
You haven't slept yet, is what we'll say.
Okay, sure.
So it'll be a question of who's going to keep watch, and well, you'll do it in shifts, or that's up to you.
Well, I've got full health at the moment and haven't used any spell slots, so I can stay up all night.
If you stay up all night, you will get exhaustion.
Oh, will I? Okay.
So you will have to sleep, but you could definitely take first watch.
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
So a long rest is 8 hours, at least 6 hours of which you have to be asleep. So a minimum of 4 watches.
Right.
Just maintain the minimum of 4 watches to allow everyone to get long rest. It's probably the smartest idea.
Okay, well, who's going to be on what watch? Brother Gabriel will volunteer to take one of the watches if someone else watches along with him.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. So if Rob's doing first watch, you and Brother Gabriel will be taking the second watch.
I'll take third.
You're going to take third?
Yeah.
Okay. And who's taking the last watch?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Or whoever jumps in first.
I'm old man, I need my sleep.
Okay.
You've got a nice rest.
Sleeping the whole thing. 10
I mean,
hours.
I do also like my rest. You can only see me giving it up.
I'll just throw catnip at you, and you can chill.
Well, if Jeremiah doesn't take a watch, then that does make some sense for what's to come ahead. But
excuse me? Excuse me, what? Excuse me?
You didn't hear anything. So, you don't know that yet. What we'll have for each of the watches then is we will have you make either survival or perception checks in order to keep an eye out for anything else, as you are sort of at the top of this watchtower. There is like a balcony that goes around the outside of the tower, and then an interior room where people are able to rest protected. So I suppose you would be like on the balcony overlooking the rest of the island.
Okay.
And from where you are, you're not able to see the exact source of this like incredible sense of malice, but you are able to see that like just undead are congregating there.
Matt used to take magic.
That's
Take them all away
that's a
before it's my
limited
turn.
range.
The great use of a.
So you're taking first watch, are you not?
First watch or was it first sleep? I don't know. First watch.
He said
Yeah.
first watch.
First watch. Okay, so either a survival or a perception check. It's up to you.
Survival, not survival, perception, both equally bad. So roll 14.
Okay. So yeah, this is sort of it's probably beginning to go into full on nighttime, since the sun was starting to set when you first went into the keep, and it's been like an hour and a bit since then. So it's your visibility is somewhat limited, but you are at least able to see sort of in this dim red glow that illuminates the island from the portals to the Shadowfell all over the place. You're at least able to sort of keep an eye out on the town, the little like village below you where the keep is, and able to sort of keep track of the fact that it seems just like every single undead creature on the island is headed towards the corrupted temple, but the number of creatures in that area never seems to increase. And I think your watch will pass uneventfully, other than that. And you can wake up Brother Gabriel and Risu for their watch.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
How dare you wake me up? So do they
So
get
it would
interrupted
be-
sleep?
It doesn't have to be uninterrupted sleep. I think just for the sake of like you guys being able to actually keep watches, and I don't just automatically ambush you during the night, you're able to like have interrupted sleep, and it will still count as a long rest.
Mhm.
Because otherwise, in order for it to happen, it has to take like 12 hours, and honestly, that would kill me.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm just checking what Brother Gabriel's stats are first. So, option is that much. What's survival? Significantly less, so he'll use a perception check. And Sarah, it will be either a perception or a survival check, whichever one is higher for you. Okay. So, again, for like probably the first hour of your watch, it just seems deathly silent, and Brother Gabriel doesn't really seem to know what to say, as this is all spiraled like so completely out of hand. So that you just sit in this sort of semi-awkward silence for a while, until you notice something just on the edge of your hearing: the flap of bats' wings coming from below you.
Oh dear, so I better investigate that.
You can do.
Okay. Should we do an investigation check? Oh, cool.
Investigation is like you're searching like a room for something.
Oh.
This would just be like a case of you have to go down there and make like a perception check to see what you can see.
Yeah.
Or you can make a perception check from here, but it will be harder.
Okay. How far away is it from the rest? I mean, I assume I've got Father Gabriel. Watching
Yes,
back?
but the thing is, obviously you can fly down the tower. In fact, I think you're strong enough that you could carry him down the tower.
I don't want to drop him
So-
though.
Yeah, well, I think like we decided that was probably the easiest way for all of you to get up the tower in the first place. was like, yes, for some of the more acrobatic of you, it's possible to just scale the tower, but to be honest, you're swole bird.
Oh. Okay. I'll probably investigate on my own so that Father Gabriel can keep an eye out still.
Okay. He will essentially tell you to just make a huge commotion if you get in trouble, and he'll wake everyone else up to help you.
Okay.
So, you take wing and fly down the tower. And what is your passive perception?
Passive. Is that?
It should be
13?
next to your perception check. That sounds right. Yeah, it is 13.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just going to make a roll then quickly. Okay. So as you descend down the tower, you already knowing that there is the sound of a bat swing, so you're looking out for one. And although it somewhat camouflages against the night, you do see this low-flying bat just darting towards the keep. But you are flying slightly faster than it is, and if you wanted to, you could intercept it.
Yeah, I'll intercept it.
Okay. So, like, as soon as you come to land ahead of it, the bat calls out in actually a man's voice, like, wait, don't fight me, don't fight me.
My dude, what? I wasn't expecting him to talk.
And it's the form of this bat sort of shift, and in like swirl of magical energy, it is transformed into a fairly young man, probably 30-ish, with like long black hair, and not actually wearing any armor, wearing like a wizard's robe and carrying a staff.
Okay.
And he takes one look at you and goes, "You're those fate touched, aren't you? Where are the others?" And he seems to have this nervous energy about him.
Yeah, and I can't let him go just in case, because I don't know what his agenda is. What? Who is the bat? Who is he? And why does he know who we are?
Well, I think if you want to make an intelligence check, I could, if you as a player haven't gleaned something, maybe Risu as a character will.
Okay. How do I do an intelligence check?
So, unskilled intelligence will be near the bottom of your skills page.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, easily with 17. This dude's a vampire, dog.
Okay.
A different vampire from the last one you dealt with, but she turned into a bat to escape you guys, and this guy appears to have been traveling as a bat. He seems noticeably more afraid of you than she was.
And can I interrogate him?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to ask him? What do you want to do?
It's like, what does he know about us? And yeah, I'll go with that first.
He seems like momentarily relieved that like you're not just immediately hostile. It's like, I mean, I know that like you came here to stop us, and that we've kind of got to kill you in order to like do our master's bidding.
You're so
I'll be honest, man. I was really hoping I just wouldn't run into you, and that Lord Hektor would just kill you, and this would all blow over.
You realize I can't let you go because you're gonna dob us
Okay,
in.
as soon as you say that, he vanishes from sight.
What the hell?
And then there is a huge explosion in the air above you, which does no harm, and you would recognize this spell because you've seen Hayarkin cast it a few times. It's Fireball. It is this huge 40-foot diameter sphere of fire in the air above you. and then you hear the sound of bats' wings flying away again, but you can't see the source of it. And all of the rest of you will have been awoken by this sort of huge just explosion of fire, and Brother Gabriel like rushing to and waking everyone up and telling you that Risu might be in trouble.
I promise it wasn't me casting it this time.
Did you dream cast?
I might have accidentally mumbled something in my sleep.
Does this mean I only had like a short rest then?
So far, you haven't had a rest. You will have to return to your rest after dealing with this.
Right.
Oh man.
But I mean, what are you guys doing, like, in the moment?
So whereabouts is that?
That is down on the ground by the keep. You are probably about 60 feet in the air, and I don't know, like 100 odd feet away.
I take it I couldn't give chase.
You could try and make a perception check to get the direction that it sounded like he was going, but that dude's invisible.
Oh.
But you can try making a perception check.
Yeah, I rolled a 13.
Okay, well, it will be with disadvantage as well.
Oh.
Yeah, no, there's no way that you're gonna find him. You can just barely glean a direction, and like, I don't know, it seems south-ish. But like, as you hesitate trying to figure out his exact position, he just seems to get further and further away from you, until eventually you can no longer hear the sound of bats' wings.
Okay, so I best
Can't imagine that.
return.
Can't imagine
I
that
was gonna
particularly
say-
loud.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of you, I think, like after a little while, you're able to get down the tower, and there is a staircase which is kind of rickety. It's not like a completely crumbled tower like in the settlement south of you, but like as you get to Risu, Brother Gabriel's like, Risu, what happened? Did you find the source of the sound?
Yeah,
Was
met
the
a
explosion you? What was that?
It was just a vampire bat. Well, he knows that I'm here, but he doesn't know that you guys are here.
Another vampire. Well, it sounds like he's just given away our position.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we should probably
as
move.
far as big signals go, a huge sphere of flame is a pretty bad one.
Yeah. I couldn't catch him, sorry. He just disappeared.
Did you get any idea of why he was here? Was he here searching for us, or?
As far as I know, he seemed to be trying to avoid us, but that's just what he said.
In that case, I can only hope that you foiled his mission. If he wasn't specifically scouting for us, then maybe if we move somewhere else, we can finish our rest.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. I think we need to move.
Okay. I mean, like, I haven't like mapped out every single possible hiding location, so I think like between you guys, if you decided something that sounded thematically appropriate within the area, you can think of a place that you could try and find to hide. Like maybe an abandoned wine cellar or something.
Yeah, I was going to say we just find somewhere that.
I think we need to go hide still, yeah. And we need to hide far away, unless there's any.
Well, how far can we get in time?
And also,
That's the thing.
Logan, what I'm thinking is hiding underneath their nose. Like, how thoroughly are they going to check this area? Can you give us an idea or not?
I mean,
Like, they're
these
going to rip the paper
vampires.
to shreds.
the vampires themselves seemed intelligent, but also you've literally seen a grand total of 2 of them. You have no idea what this Lord Hektor is, assuming Risu fills you in on what happened. Other than probably that's the source of this incredible malice and power. So you don't know who they are and how smart they are. You know that most of these undead aren't particularly smart. So if something stumbled across you, then it would be more luck than skill.
Okay, yeah, we can't stay here then. How far is everything away, like Nick asked?
You can get to, say, the settlement to the south within a couple of hours, or you could try hiding somewhere else within this little village that you're currently in.
I don't know. I think we should leave the village because he's probably
It'll
gone
be faster if you follow the
town.
road, but if you do so, it will be very difficult to avoid enemies.
I'm just thinking that the more time you spend moving, the more time whatever this thing is, whatever this thing is, has more time to build up. So I think traveling for hours on end is an unwise decision.
Well, when you mention that, Brother Gabriel pipes up and says, "Yeah, I noticed that while all the undead seem to be coming together in the area where we saw that corrupted temple, the number of undead there doesn't ever seem to increase. I suspect that whatever this Lord Hektor is, it's absorbing all of these other undead, probably building up power to kill us, or more accurately, you. I wouldn't be so difficult to kill."
Then we can't. Should we try?
We can't stay resting forever. Then we have to or
Yeah.
move them. We need to move closer to their location and be ready and be as close to ready to encounter as possible.
And rest there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's not even we can't even do a long rest. It wouldn't be possible.
Virtue pipes up, and I mean, he's a coward, so take his advice as it is.
He's still here?
Yeah, he's been.
Good point, actually.
Where's he been hiding?
And he pipes up and is like, "Well, if you've got to deal with this Hektor person who sounds awful, by the way, then it is probably wise to try and find a balance between, how much you would gain from fully resting and regaining everything versus only taking a brief rest. I know, Jeremiah, you said you were completely tapped out on magic.
Yeah, I am.
You won't gain that back unless with just a short rest.
Mm.
At the same time, it seems like all of these undead are moving pretty predictably now just towards that temple. It might be easier to travel than it was earlier.
I think we travel towards it and try and take a break further closer to it and take that long rest just close to it.
Okay. So I don't want to spend like an hour doing a skill challenge and potentially thing, and as well, like I don't think it works perfectly for this setting anyway, as we discovered last time we tried. But I suppose we just like decide what your approach will be, and like I'm assuming you're staying away from the roads, but are you just heading straight to the corrupted temple to try and get there as fast as you can? Are you searching for somewhere to rest in like a midpoint, or what's your plan here?
I think the latter option sounds good, a midpoint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere slightly off the track. Like
okay.
In the general direction, I think.
Okay. So, I suppose you're not just making a straight beeline towards the temple.
No, I think that's foolish.
Yeah, I think that would be too obvious, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you'd be heading sort of more like northern. That circle there is a portal.
That's a portal.
That's a portal.
Is that the portal or a portal?
A portal. The portal is in the keep. These ones seem very different. Those are naturally occurring portals.
Okay.
But I'd say that while like it is sparse here, like the what were once densely populated areas are still like mostly standing, and you can tell like, oh, this used to be a village, this used to be like some sort of district. You occasionally come across like what was possibly an old farmhouse or like an old windmill or something.
Oh, perfect.
So
we
I
sleep
think
in them?
you could, yeah.
In a windmill.
Yeah, if you guys want to like find a windmill somewhere, I'd say that like you're able to do that, and we can call that Risu's watch. So now there is Yolia, were you taking third watch? Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, you want me to make my checks, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'll do a perception with advantage as I always do.
Yep.
Nat 20.
Nat
there you
20.
go.
Okay.
I didn't think I'd get any better, and then I get a nat 20.
Okay. Unfortunately, this watch doesn't pass without incident either. You are not discovered, but you do hear familiar screams, especially as now you're closer to the corrupted temple. It sounds like the crew of the ship you left behind have been discovered.
Oh.
Wait, there was people on board our ship. I can't remember.
Only a few people. They came to pilot your ship.
What, so they've all been taken to this place then?
Mm-hmm. They certainly have, and they did not sound happy about it.
Is it blood-curdling screams?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Well, someone's got to die.
Yeah.
Great. We're not getting any sleep then.
I was just going to say, I barge in. I'm like, guys, shit's
there
going
is
down.
One thing that I have forgotten to do. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
I forgot to put on your background music.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was lacking atmosphere.
I live for the
There we
background
go.
music now. Not even the game, just the background music.
I think it sets an atmosphere.
Yeah.
Now get ready to turn it down.
Yeah, it's a little bit loud.
So,
A little bit
yeah, I just...
Can't even hear it. There it is.
I
Do you have
go...
it muted?
No, it's just too low.
Oh, yeah, I can't hear it.
At the moment,
Whoa,
it's
that's
just
better.
ambient sound.
So I, at this point, get up and go back to everyone and wake everyone up to say, guys, shit's going down at the temple. And just basically explain that I've just heard voices, people screaming and
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, like, you recognise the voices of your crew. Matt, what have you done?
For God's sake.
No.
Can we have this playing the whole time? When each of us gets slaughtered by this fucking vampire demon.
So, yeah, what do you guys want to do? Matthew?
I'm not doing anything to the music now anymore.
Yeah, I believe you.
I'm guessing we're just gonna sleep and then.
You want to sleep right after
While
having
listening to screams.
Well,
Yeah.
screams have
Well-
subsided. Like by the time
They're dead.
by the
They're still
time you
going
guys
in my
have had
mind.
this conversation, those screams are not continuing.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll try and forget about them.
You
and
guys
have a
are
nap.
weak if you can't sleep with the background of screams.
So that's going to be disturbing because obviously shit's going down here.
Hmm.
It's just basically what would probably be our crew ream in agony and then the
Yeah.
screaming
I think I
dissipate.
couldn't use message to ask. Actually,
You
no, I
would have
suppose.
to get close.
Yeah, and I have to point my finger at a creature, so I'd have to know they're there, and if I can see them, then that's good enough for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, never mind.
So where are we now? We hiding inside that windmill.
Yeah, you're inside like an old abandoned windmill.
Okay.
Like there's probably like
Ooh.
an attic where I don't know, grain used to be stored or something. You grind up grain in a windmill, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say you do.
Yeah. That's the purpose of the windmill.
Yeah. So, if that's all you guys are gonna do, then Yolya's watch will pass. Unfortunately, not uneventfully, but we do come to the final watch
Of course.
for Hierarchin.
Great.
believe you
I
said
don't
you
get
were
any
gonna
sleep.
Oh dear, here we go. No, you slept
Well,
the
like
whole
you
time.
slept in between
Yeah.
these things. Unfortunately, it's not been restful, but it was enough to count as a long rest.
Oh dear.
6
I'm
hours.
going to be really grumpy on this round then.
Yeah, so perception or survival, it's up to you.
Okay, let's see.
So when your rest isn't quite perfect, do you kind of lose anything in kind of the next day?
I think this is more of a RP thing. I think if for like several days you had poor rests, then I would start to like have you accumulate exhaustion, which is a significant debuff. Like a disadvantage on everything significant.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Right, I rolled a 15 for perception.
So, what you notice is that the number of undead, it begins to slowly dwindle and dwindle and dwindle until by the time the sun has risen and everyone's rests comes to an end, you aren't sure that there is any more undead on this island apart from the vampires and Lord Hektor. And the oppressive atmosphere of the island, if anything, has gotten worse.
Oh, lovely.
But yeah, you guys are all able to complete your long rest. And before you do, however, there is a thing for Jeremiah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah, tonight, in between, I think, while you are resting in this windmill after you have heard the screams of your crew, and you are able to return to an uneasy sleep, you dream, and for the first time, it is vivid enough of a dream that you remember it. You dream of the last time that you received a command from Cord many years ago, and I think to set the scene, you are standing in a watchtower located in the center of a small port town. You walk past a shrine in the corner devoted to Cord that you've set up, and look out upon the fortifications that your men are currently putting up. You're in Oakfield's Landing, the site of your biggest disgrace. You remember Cord's edict to you before the battle. Win honor and glory through battle and inspire courage in the powerless. You remember what comes next. You know that soon enough, an invading army of orcs will begin marching on the town. You will realize that you're outnumbered, but it's too risky to evacuate the citizens, as any boats you try and send out will be immediately sunk. And very soon, you and your men will be overwhelmed. The few survivors will blame you. But before any of that can happen, you hear the gruff voice of a man behind you. He says, "It has been some time since we last spoke, boy." And as you turn to see the source of the voice, the dream transitions, and you're stood in Fallen Dawn, just outside of the keep where Risu met the vampire. But instead of a vampire in front of you, you see Cord. And you would recognize Cord because you've had visions of him before, but for the sake of detail, I will explain sort of his appearance. He is a bearded human with long golden hair tied behind his head, and he stands almost a foot taller than even you in a suit of resplendent armor with a fur mantle across his shoulders. He rests his greatsword on the ground and leans on it and explains, I believed you dead until you prayed to me in that citadel. It seems Istus has stolen you from your duties.
I believe it she has, but some of us have to make up for lost time.
Indeed. You've been quite busy here.
Indeed, I have. Met some interesting fellows, but certainly good ones to keep around.
Of course. Jeremiah, years ago, you failed me, and you were disgraced. However...
Way to bring it back up.
In the time since then, you have worked hard to redeem yourself. The trial you are about to face will be unlike any you have ever seen before. And the creature you will soon see is a dark reflection of what you once could have been. It is a fallen paladin, not unlike yourself, one who was once devoted to me. His name is Hektor. When a paladin is disgraced like you were, if they fall without redeeming themselves, then sometimes dark powers can capture their souls and twist them into monsters.
Then it sure is my duty that this paladin must be taken down.
This is your chance at redemption, Jeremiah. There is still much that we must do, a duty that you have to fulfill in your home, but before you do, I think it's time you earned your place as my champion.
As you wish, Cord.
And with that, he strides towards you and places a hand on your shoulder, and you feel a surge of sort of... it feels kind of paternal for a moment, this warmth that comes from him. And you receive the blessing of the god of courage. For 24 hours, you will be completely immune to fear.
Okay.
That's not to say that you're going to be suicidally reckless.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
difference between courage and stupidity, but...
If any spell comes about, which is designed to make fear, I'm guessing I'm immune.
Absolutely. And also, for the sake of RP, your blade will not be stayed by fear. And you awaken probably just before someone tries to wake you up, as unfortunately no sunlight reaches you on this cold island. But the sky does brighten, and morning has come.
That was weird.
Brother Gabriel will sort of gather everyone before you set out, and he'll explain that as the resident expert on undead, now that you know you're dealing with vampires, there's some information he has that you should all know. I'm not entirely sure how to say this in RP because it's, stats and stuff, but obviously vampires are weak to certain things. And previously, because vampires are legendary creatures, you would have at least heard stories about them. So we said that whatever you knew out of character is what you have heard in character. So Brother Gabriel will set some of that to rest. And I am looking for my notes. Here we go. So, essentially, he will tell you that vampires, when they are defeated, will turn into mist. And during that time, they have 1 hour to return to their coffin and rest for what. In that coffin, they will be paralyzed for 1 hour. Any exposure to sunlight or holy water or running water, either while they are in their coffin or while they are in this mist form, will successfully finish them off. The classic story of a stake to the heart is not completely untrue, but it isn't lethal to a vampire. If you're able to put a stake through a vampire's heart while they're in their resting place, it will paralyze them. So a classic tactic of vampire hunters is to find vampires in their resting place and stab a stake through their heart and then throw them into a river and let the running water do its job. And he will urge you that, like, yes, you guys are incredibly strong, and you managed to beat one of these vampires through intelligence and luck, fighting two of these vampires and whatever they kneel to, whatever they have called to kill you, will be extremely difficult without some sort of a plan. So it's up to you guys to try and figure out what you would like to do.
Can we find a nearby church to find some holy water?
I have 10
some
flasks.
holy water.
Oh wait, you still have holy? Oh, I say still. I didn't even realize you had some.
I think I can
Sick.
bless water as a paladin. I think I can bless water and create holy water.
You can. It requires components which I don't think you have access to at the moment. But you did previously bless some, which I believe you have. And Alex has some holy water that was given to you by Lord Duskwatch.
Bless you.
Just because, you know,
was
undead
awful.
bad. Holy water hurts undead. So, depending on like how you guys want to sort out that inventory between you.
Trying to think. So we can at least all take one because I've got plenty.
Okay.
Probably a good
So,
idea.
So everyone mark one vial of holy water, or flask of holy water, is it?
flask of holy water.
Yeah, one flask of holy water. And I will just show that to the players.
How much does it weigh?
All players. Don't ask me that. No one cares. No one cares. It's like a flask of water. It's not that heavy. If you wanted to carry like a marble statue, which is like 1-to-1 scale of Jeremiah, then I'd say that's ridiculous. But a few flasks of water, I'm not going to play that game.
I'm more like to have one of Hyakin than Jeremiah, but yeah, that's neither here
Well,
nor
that
there.
wouldn't weigh as much, so that would be okay.
Oh, sick.
I'm joking, it would not be okay. Okay, what are you guys doing? What's your plan here then?
So all holy watered up. So the blood curdling screams are gone, right?
Yeah.
Can you lure bats? I think we should pick them off one by one.
I think they might just be all together anyway.
What?
So,
Well, Brother Gabriel says, well, you met one of them who was traveling alone before. Maybe it's not impossible to try and separate them, perhaps.
Let's split up into groups of one and try and come across them.
why don't we just send Rob straight into the to that disgusting demon spawn thing?
Shall I?
And
Sneaky.
he'll defeat him 1v1.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah,
That'll be it.
just punch him right in the dick. That's actually his one weakness.
Right in the gonads, yeah.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they say.
Yeah. Squeeze them.
Would it be possible that they're still out separated, the vampires?
Say that again, sorry.
Would it still be possible that they're separated, knowing that we're coming to whatever time?
You don't know where they are.
But the thing is, they don't know how many there are of us.
Yeah,
Do you remember that bat came up and said, "Ooh, is this all of you?"
Mm-hmm.
So
What about the other portals? Surely they're trying to use. So is there a portal in both, like a special portal in both of these?
You haven't explored the corrupted temple. You don't know what's there.
Right.
You saw in the distance there was a big temple, and now it has completely collapsed.
What, here? There.
Yeah. Sorry, there's... I'm just going to put...
You're going to draw a collapsed temple there?
No, I actually had labels on here just for my sake because you hadn't explored the island and seen what was what, but I will put the labels on for you at least.
What's that? Transplanted keep?
Transplanted keep, because it's transplanted from Barovia to Fallen Dawn.
What, so I'm just mage hand it there, just went plonk?
I mean, we covered this in the last session. Essentially, the Shadowfell is an echo of the material plane. So as this place has gotten closer and closer to being a part of the Shadowfell, parts of the Shadowfell have come to this place, including this keep.
So these individual little portals then,
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah,
do they appear to be interesting at all to the vampires, or are they just sort of there? So remember, this portal was definitely.
The vampires certainly are feeding a special portal within the keep. These portals to the Shadowfell, undead seem to come from them occasionally. They are just natural doorways into the Shadowfell.
I think we should move closer.
As in, go and investigate one of the portals?
The main temple place.
Okay, you want to head towards the area of the temple.
What do you think, guys? Yeah. Is that a bad idea or a bad idea?
We know, obviously, that's probably where this summoned creature is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we...
Yeah, I mean, you've all felt this incredible source of malice, and it originally came to the temple, and probably over the course of the night it has spread to permeate the entire island, but you still feel like there is something there.
I think we should just move in. Because, like, does it feel stronger as we go towards that temple? Or is it just in general everything feels stronger?
The thing is, it's not really like a quantifiable thing. It's like an instinctive terror within you, and obviously Jeremiah is somewhat resistant to this. But you can definitely feel like as you get towards this area, you begin to panic a little bit more, and you begin to get a little bit more tense. But you're not sure whether that's just because of the situation or because of something specific there. Right. If you guys are choosing to travel towards that area, we can do that.
Well, that's Rob's point. I think it's probably one of our safer bets right now. I think I say safer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's not what I mean. As in, like, oh yeah, safer. It's just we don't really know what's going on right now, other than there are bats flying around.
It will be hard for you to plan unless you gather more information, definitely.
So the in the transplanted keep, the coffin that we found, was that the resting place for just that bat, or do we find other coffins there?
You didn't really investigate after you found that first one. But this other bat was certainly flying towards that keep for some reason. Perhaps their resting place is also within the keep.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, because if there's one there and they're kind of taking over this island and kind of that big portal was there, it kind of leads me to believe that there's a bit more going on there that we didn't really come across. That it seems a bit more important to them than perhaps the temple is. But we should have a look at the temple, because I'm thinking if we go kill them at the temple, they'll still fly back to the keep. Well, I say fly back to the keep. They'll reappear in the keep. They'll do what they did before. I think turn into a bat and go into the
Well,
thing.
when you defeat them, they turn to mist, and then they have to get to their resting place as quickly as they can.
Yeah, but then
you can interrupt them
to...
before they escape, or you can find their resting place.
I think we should just storm the temple, destroy what we can, throw holy water at them, and hope that none of them go back to the keep in mist form.
Okay. So, are you headed towards the area of the corrupted temple?
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
Okay.
1 second, I think
Unless anyone
Nick
wants
and
to pop
Sarah
in.
aren't here.
Oh.
Then I wondered why they weren't saying anything. They're both
They're
muted.
taking their break.
It looks like it.
Okay, well...
I was wondering why they weren't saying anything. I was thinking, what's going on? And I like,
We were eating.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm here.
You're still
half here. Sorry.
It's
I
alright.
don't think
Sorry.
you hear us munching.
I'm listening, but I've got a mouthful of potato.
Already
That's fine.
participate with the ears.
So, are you guys also okay with this plan?
Any plan's a good plan.
Okay.
So, what was the plan?
Headed to the area of the corrupted temple to see what you can find there.
Because we only came across one person in the keep, and that happened to be the person by the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though we didn't really search the entire place, so all these little dead fellows, not dead fellows, the undead kind of. So, are those the undead people?
No, that's like a small village area outside of.
Right.
That's where you were hiding out last night. This specifically is the watchtower you were hiding in.
Right. Wait, so
where are we now? Are we that purple?
Yeah, you're in the windmill still.
Okay.
Oh, so not all of these circles are portals. So this one here is.
That one is a watchtower.
It's a dangerously
this one
close
is a
portal.
clock tower. The rest are all portals.
Okay, right, cool.
And the clock tower is not really a functional tower anymore. You did climb it to gain, to like see what was on the island a bit better previously.
My drawing appears to be invisible. It's like see-through.
It's gone now.
I could see something.
Yeah, it's just like really light grey. I don't know why. Whatever. It's not important.
Okay.
Yeah, corrupted temple. Let's go. Why not? Charge it.
I honestly think the
All
more
guns
we
blazing.
sit here, the more we sit here and just kill vampires one by one, we're just draining energy we're just wasting time, because we don't know where, we don't know where their place is. For all we know, it could just be in the upstairs of the temple, so we just have to go there anyway, and we might as well defeat them there and then than having to go.
Shall we, two people take it from behind?
Whoa, okay, Rob.
Phrasing.
If you want to split the party, you certainly can do.
There's a few of us this time. We got the guy that everyone forgets about, and
Virtue,
that's the one. and
Brother Gabriel.
The more important fella.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a NPC on each of the teams.
Okay.
What do you think, guys? Split up the team? Everyone loves a party split. Always a safest option, isn't it? Right?
No, it really isn't.
Okay. We won't be too far away, though, will we?
Yeah, it won't be too far away. But
Well,
at
we'll be
least
in
we'll
the
be
same
able
area.
to get them from behind, surprise them in the act, in the rear.
So, who's going to be on what team then?
I'm gonna stealthy around the back.
Okay.
So do the guys that I'm with get additional stealth for being with me?
I'd
any
make it a
description?
group stealth check, so like your good check would offset a bad check
Cool.
or something.
I'll go around the back as well.
Okay.
Oh, no.
What NPC would you like to go with you?
The smart one.
Yeah.
Like, so you want the coward to go
Take
with
the
you?
coward with you.
Well, Virtue is the cowardly nerd, so
It would make sense to take him with you, seeming as
Yeah, because he wouldn't want to go in full guns blazing. He probably wouldn't.
no, he would not.
So yeah, I'll take the coward.
Okay.
I like how we're just referring to him as the coward now.
So Virtue, Risu, and Ott are going to sneak around the back. Is there anyone else who's going to do the same, or would the rest of you like to storm the front gates?
I'm going for the front gates.
I feel like an M song's coming on.
So,
2 trailer park
wait,
girls go around the outside.
what was the what was that about the front? I didn't really hear.
I don't literally mean storm the front gates. I mean that, like you said, you were going to approach the area from two sides.
Oh yeah. I'll go at the front then as well.
And you'll be the noisier people, and we'll be stealthing it.
So that's obviously Nick as well with us, I'm guessing. Or was he gone around the back? I didn't hear him.
Which side? Sorry,
Yeah, I'll come around the front, I think, because that'll make it even then, won't it?
Yeah, so you'll take Brother Gabriel and head around the front.
Yeah.
So, we will deal with the people who went round the front first, and there is, in fact, people who went round the back make a stealth check in the meantime.
Yep.
But there is one thing that all of you will notice, regardless of stealth. You don't come across any undead while you are traveling across this island, where previously it was this incredibly hostile place. It is now just desolate and dead.
Less to worry about.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, you.
You are able to make it to the area without incident. And front team, we'll call you Team A, and we'll call back team Team 1.
Wait, what?
I like this. Yep. I approve.
So Team A, you guys, as you approach, there isn't even really a front gate. There is a road that was probably once some sort of like highway, some sort of main road that connected the significant parts of this settlement, and it just sort of leads into the town and fades. But near to the end of that road, you see there is what was probably once a large, very beautiful tree, which is now just dead and petrified, and hanging from its branches are the corpses of your crew, 4 men, who I don't believe were named, but
it's really rude.
So well.
Okay.
Written in their blood on the ground below them is a message to you saying, "Fate touched, there is no escape from me."
I don't read dipshit, sorry.
Is it signed?
Yes, it's signed.
Who is me?
I think you can guess.
I've forgotten the plot
It's
now.
the
Can
imp.
you fill me
Yeah,
in?
it was the imp.
Hello,
Adventurers! It's me, the real villain of the campaign.
Throw him into the portal.
Throw him into the portal.
I'd yeet him into the portal.
Oh no! I would probably punch him so hard to decapitate him.
Feed him to the vampires.
I'd throw him
You
just
guys
on the
got
edge
your
of the portal
catharsis when you
that
blew him up.
Alex, I'd throw him on the edge of the portal that half his body goes in, the other half kind of goes past. So his body kind of splits in half, incinerated.
That's
He's
just
dead.
cruel.
That's
What
amazing.
did he ever do to deserve this?
And then take
Just
the
the
other half
voice.
to another one and
Guys.
do the same again.
He didn't need to. He
He
didn't need
just
to do
made you
anything.
do
He just had the voice.
riddles.
Yeah, no one liked them riddles.
It's true. I spent hours devising those.
You can hear us?
Yeah.
Oh
That's
god,
right.
that's it. I'm
Turns
logging out.
out the dungeon master was the dungeon master all along.
I don't agree.
Wait.
So he is you.
What is Coward's stealth? I want to see his stealth when he rolls it.
Sorry, you guys have made your stealth. I haven't actually checked. Yeah, I can roll Virtue's stealth.
Yeah,
above the
'cause I
board.
don't think we can actually see when you roll it.
A max of 1.
I can make it above the board, but
Yeah, I just noticed.
Wait,
that
you mean the other rolls weren't?
That's all.
no, everything else is behind the DM screen. Right, stealth. Boom. See if that shows up.
No, okay, yeah. Oh, there we go. 12.
There we go.
Yeah.
It showed the thing,
12.
but then
Oh, good
no
God.
number.
Ultra god.
That's me. I'm Ultra God.
I'd say demigod at most.
You want to test that? You keep testing me right before this boss battle.
No. Especially after what I said the other day.
Yeah, you daring me to kill you.
Try me, bitch.
Try me, bitch. Alright, so my 28 sort of balances out a little bit.
Yeah. So, it was... What did...
19 plus 9.
50,
Amazing.
15, yeah. So, you guys are fine. No one notices you, and I'm just sorting out a thing here, and then in a moment we will get to your exploration. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. So,
Can't wait for this next screen to see.
Can't we just convince this giant demon to just back off?
Yeah, you just talk him. You just say "pretty please" and he'll leave.
Do a performance check.
Okay, that's fine. So, in that case, since we've done like a little bit with Team A, we'll move to Team 1, and you guys arrive at the town slightly later, just because you have to travel slightly further, and because you're like making an effort to be undetected, which you are pretty successful at.
You're welcome.
Especially as like Art is able to sort of assist Virtue, who isn't awful at stealth, but
I'm like, don't step on that branch. He's like, oh.
Yeah, but you shout it really loudly.
No, I message him.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fine. You have telepathy. So
and telekinesis, actually.
Yeah, you also have Mage
Hand.
Yeah. As you guys sort of circle around the back of it, you're able to like see into the area, and I don't think until you get deeper in you will get a glimpse of your hunters, but you do see the ruins of the temple, and it has just been reduced to rubble. There is no functional building there anymore, and the buildings that are around, again, it's just hard to tell what the purpose of these buildings even once were, because they're so ancient and dilapidated. But
the Virtue know, or the coward, sorry.
Again, there's, even as a historian, he knows about Fallen Dawn and about what happened to it, but the specifics of yeah. But with your stealth checks, you are able to venture deeper into the area, and I think you come to sort of, as you're just venturing through the area, you find that there is a square in front of the temple where there is just a mountain of corpses of these zombies, where their unlife has just been drained from them, and they lay completely motionless and finally dead forever.
So they're definitely dead, not slightly alive dead.
They are no longer undead, they are just corpses, and a mountain of them. What seems like it must have been almost every zombie on this island has gathered here to die.
Maybe we should
so is that why there was suddenly a major decrease in zombies?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty cringe.
Or just kind of gone there and given up the ghost?
Mm-hmm. They had their essences absorbed by Lord Hektor.
Trying to get in all of the ghouls, ghost, vampire, zombie.
You'll get there.
We'll get there. Loch Ness Monster next.
Any more you want to throw in there?
Yeah, there you go. I got Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Monster, of course.
Could we burn the bodies? Just in case they're still being drained?
Yeah.
I don't want to draw attention to us.
It will be a huge funeral pyre.
Yeah.
If you did, it would certainly be visible all throughout the island.
Just in case they do the Resident Evil thing where they turn into redheads.
Yeah.
And come back to life, like, oh shit.
Wait, can I put a trigger on something? I think you said we can do this at some point. I'm not sure, not entirely sure if this is possible, but if something happens, then set fire to the zombies.
Yes, so there is a thing called readying an action, which is like, normally I'd say it's a thing for when you're out of initiative, but you could say like, if a thing happens, then I will do this, then I will take this action. Like,
yeah,
if we get my
spotted,
friend, I will turn and shoot them. So yeah, if you're spotted, what would you like to do?
Set fire to the zombies just to stop them from coming back. It's a good shout.
Also, I should mention you're all at full HP and you all have all of your spells back and abilities because you took a long rest.
I don't want to waste a spell slot on setting fire to stuff. Because I have got mirror image twice apparently. Burning hands? No. Maybe I'm thinking of my other character. Damn it. No, chromatic orb is probably what I'm thinking of. No, I swear I had. Big flamey thing.
Yeah, burning hands is like an AoE fire.
Yes, 15-foot cone. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But that is a spell.
And I don't. I should have stolen a bottle of booze or something. I could like.
You've got oil, I think, haven't you?
Oh, I might do in my burglar's pack or something.
So,
I've got 5 candles.
Like,
not to be mistaken with 4 candles.
Okay.
You're welcome. What is
a tinderbox? Like, tinderbox is for like lighting something, like a torch or something. But if you use like a flask of oil and like, you know, your tinderbox, you could probably make a makeshift Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be very effective mid-combat, but as like a prepared thing.
I'm going to prepare a Molotov cocktail. So what? Use up 1 flask of oil, and how much tinder?
You don't use it up. That's just like a flint and tinder. It's just like a striking stone to create a spark.
So, in that case,
so you
I've removed some oil.
Ignite this flask and throw it.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put Molotov. I don't know how to spell that.
Okay.
Sure.
It's Molotov.
Oh, thank you. That looks cool. Yep. That's me ready for action.
Okay. So if you are detected, you're going to just throw a Molotov cocktail into that pile of bodies. Anyone else? Is there anything else you would like to be doing at the moment? You're specifically Sarah, because you're the only other player who is in this.
Yeah.
But you know, at the minute you are looking out, and you're still hidden, like probably in an alleyway somewhere, just looking out into this square where you don't see anything that could be a vampire unless they're very well hidden. And you don't see this Lord Hektor, but you do see this mountain of corpses.
Yeah, could I do an investigation check if there's any traps in our way, or?
I think unless you wanted to like break stealth or like actually go out there, it would be perception. Like you could sneak out there and try and investigate.
But do you want to risk it?
Yeah, that's the thing. No, I'll stick with the guys just in case.
Okay. Do you want to still make a perception check to see what you can see?
Yeah, sure. 18.
Okay. So, you don't see anything that looks like a device, like a trap in the area. But what, again, you do pick up with your hearing is sort of to the east of you, closer probably to Team A than to you guys. You do hear the sound of voices, especially you would recognize the male vampire you saw and a voice you don't recognize, as well as the clanking of armor in that direction.
Okay. Can I hear what they're saying, or just mumble?
It's too distant for you to pick out distinct words, but you recognize the voice and you recognize the sounds. And you don't so much hear this other voice replying with words so much as just deep, awful sounds. Something that stirs an existential dread in you.
Yeah.
Sort of retrograde Nick coming out his retro room.
His retro cavern.
Okay, can we send a warning to the other guy? Message. Not me, but
yeah, I'd say since you've like explored away into the place, and by now we'll get to Team A, but you guys will have probably headed in a little ways as well. You can be within range to message and send them a heads up.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's a good time to transition to Team A then. At the moment, I think we'll roll back the clock a little bit so that you guys are stood before this tree looking at the hung bodies of your former crew.
I want to go back and hide in that windmill.
I
don't like this.
As the Archon tries to turn around and just grab him by his collar, I'm like, "You're going nowhere, son." It's like, well, we know we're welcome here, and begin walking towards town.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
from this far, we have no choice.
That's true.
You probably don't make it very far before you hear a message come from Art warning you of approaching enemies. And by now you are like into the town, so if you'd like, you can try and hide and like duck into an alley or something.
Did he tell us which direction they're coming from?
Just from the center.
From the center.
From that direction ahead of you.
Yeah. So...
Right, I'm running away. Back to the windmill.
I was going to say, he attempts that, like, grabbing me from the corner. Like, there's no point running.
So.
Yeah, so I'll make a stealth check to try and get to cover.
Okay, fine, stealth check.
It's a nat 1, so don't bother.
Do you have inspiration?
Yes, I do actually. I think I'll use it.
That would be a real good time, dog.
I'm going to do that.
Trigger the boss.
Oh, and I get it.
Can Art hear it from the other side? Oh god.
you hear your panic and scream shit.
Art face palms.
I rolled a nat 1 and then I rolled a nat 2.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
A 10 is a hell of a lot better than a nat 1, at least. A total of 10. However, unfortunately, like, yeah, I don't think you're quiet, and I think you will hear the voice of this vampire, and now you're close enough to catch the words. He's, "My lord, I think we may have found them."
What about me? Did I manage to escape?
Was he being sarcastic?
Jeremiah as well, would you like to make a stealth check, or?
Is there any point?
You're gonna get spotted anyway.
They know that you're here. They haven't like immediately seen you because you're not.
Oh, okay. That's Then no, sorry. Then I'll roll. I was gonna say from the sound of that, that was yeah.
But now they know you are definitely in the area. What's it come through as?
10.
10. Yeah. So as well, like as you hear this warning, you just make a lot of noise as you try and search for somewhere to hide, and you will, I think, hear.
Wait, why are we trying to sneak, guys? Aren't we meant to be the distraction, Team A?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
They've already gone like, oh, wait, they're over there. as Yolya crunches down on like several skulls.
I fall through a wall.
Knocks over a wall stealthily.
Yeah. So I think that what happens is as these voices approach, you hear what seems to have been this creature, Lord Hektor, call out, and it sounds like a whisper, but as loud as a shout. And he commands Vesna to scout ahead. And then you hear the woman who you met in the keep, Lady Vesna, say, "As you wish, my lord." And you hear the sound of armor, and you think that in a moment she will round the corner and see you all. What are you guys going to do?
Let's get out of here, Scoob!
Zoinks.
Zoinks.
Can we just
Yeah.
keep running through rooms like they do on the TV show and just popping out at random ones?
Just ran.
Yeah, can we just have our characters coming out of the different squares in like random order?
I mean, if you want to make this into a chase as you flee, we've got rules for that. We can do that.
Oh, I feel like we shouldn't, but I really want to.
Yeah, it sounds fun, but a bit pointless.
Eventually,
we
it
shouldn't.
works out as a skill challenge.
We shouldn't.
I think we should do it as a skill challenge.
Okay.
To get make things more interesting.
Just to see how badly it could end.
So yeah, what will be then is you guys need to try and come up with ways to escape the chase, and then we'll have you make relevant rolls. And I will roll for her, and you need to get... Well, in fact, no, we'll just say you make relevant rolls, and you need to get 3 successes before you get 3 failures.
Okay.
So, as Lady Vesna, this vampire woman carrying a greatsword and wearing heavy armor, rounds the corner and locks eyes, probably first with Jeremiah, as I expect he's probably leading the group and is the biggest. And it's like, "My lord, they're here." And she just charges towards you, and you guys turn her like, "Bye." What would you guys like to do? How would you like to try and escape?
Dive headfirst into that portal.
Okay.
Just fucking kill ourselves.
What?
It's the only way out.
I'm
Oh my
thinking.
lord.
No, I'm not actually doing that. Don't say I did that. I was
Let's do
joking.
intimidation, guys. Let's intimidate them.
Group intimidation.
Try
can
what
we do,
But
like,
yeah, I mean, this is the
We all do
person
it
we
together.
slaughtered earlier, correct?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
would
I
you
mean-
like to say?
Shall we?
Should we intimidate her? Should we say then, like, guys, jump out, like we were trying to trick her to believe that the others are behind her again? That we've
that'd
like
be
lured her
more-
into a
yeah.
trap.
Yeah, let's
Would
do
that
it.
actually be more of a performance
Would
track?
be deception, I think, or performance. But the idea of you intimidating her is possible, just probably not with that. That would be deception or performance.
So, performance?
Whichever's higher,
Let's do
and whoever
perform-
wants to try it.
I can pretend to use my fire blast.
How much? What's your performance at?
Well, I only get a +1 to both deception and performance.
I've got 13 on deception and performance.
14 on performance.
I
mate.
don't think you have 13. You have 3, I think.
Oh yeah, 3. Whoops.
That's your passive, which
Uh,
isn't really a thing for deception and performance. That's only really perception is a passive.
so I got 4 on both then. in that
Okay,
case.
so you have the highest then out of the group. Would you like to try?
Which one? Either.
Swear to
Either.
God,
They're
Rob.
the same, so probably deception makes more sense.
I'm gonna mass subscribe from your channel with all my bots. You don't win.
Unsubscribe all of them.
And the fact that you've
we're
already
safe.
killed the one.
Didn't really do
I
anything,
don't
guys.
think 10 is a pass. I mean, the fact that you've already killed her once
There you
does
go.
affect
Yeah.
the DC.
It was a mistake. 15.
I'm not going
My
to give you
finger
advantage.
slipped.
I will say it is not a failure, but it is not a pass because you have already killed her once.
Unless you have
I'll let it
inspiration.
slide. If you do, I'll let you take the 15.
Wait, where do you find that?
It's on your core stats. It'll say
Yeah,
inspiration,
stats,
yes or
near the
no.
bottom.
No, no.
Ah,
Unfortunately, then it's neither a pass nor a failure.
I can click it and it turns into yes, if that counts.
Exactly.
So,
So yeah, if that's not really done anything, I think
then I'll confuse her instead.
I was gonna say let's bolt it over a wall. Be like
We could do athletics. I do have quite high
yeah, I was
athletics.
gonna say I'm gonna plus 6 or a
I've
plus
got
8.
plus 6 as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, do you
Athletics.
wanna
I'm
roll?
on a 1.
Do you want to do the roll?
For athletics, yeah. So like try to buck it over a wall or something like that.
Yeah.
Come on, let's not roll like I just did for the last 2 attempts, eh?
Oh, it's okay. You passed because it's cheese.
Yes,
She suddenly
yes.
thinks it's cheese. Wow, 25. Yes. So,
Old man athletic time.
Jeremiah, you know, feeling imbued with courage, you summon up your strength and like you just smash your way into a building and like pass the other guys through before you like throw down a bookcase behind you to block the way and sort of open up a gap between you before she's able to blast her way into the same building. And we will count that as one success. So this is probably not the right music for this now. I think we're out of ambient music.
Can we have Sonic music, please?
No.
I was going to suggest. I was thinking of that earlier.
Let's go with
chase
this one.
music. Wait, is that? You know Gary's mod.
I'm aware of Gary's mod.
Yeah.
What's the when you're playing prop hunt? What's that? It's like running in the 70s or something.
Running in the 90s.
Running in the 90s.
Christ, no, we're not playing Eurobeat.
Is that not Sonic?
Just wait. I'll get something.
No, that's not the right one.
Doesn't sound like Sonic.
No, I've picked the wrong song. Give me a sec. Although this is nice.
It is.
Yeah, why can't we have running in the 90s?
No, you cannot have running in the 90s.
That's your chase music. It's either that or Benny Hill.
We'll just
There
have
we
an initial D playlist.
It's fun. No. Okay. All the Eurobeat. No, you've got your music now. This is your skill challenge. You've got one success as you've opened up some distance between you. 2 more and you will lose her. And you are separating her from the
Do we have
rest
any
of
fail? Do we have any fail conditions? By
No
the way?
failures yet.
No, I mean, do we if we have a certain amount of failures?
3 failures and she will catch you.
Okay.
I'll let her catch you.
3 successes and you will escape.
So we need another one now to help put us in between.
So, what would you guys like to do then? So, Yolya, you haven't done anything yet.
What do you mean? I just did.
Yeah, you just did.
Oh, sorry, was that your athletics? I thought that was
No,
Matt's.
that was.
Okay, in that case, Jeremiah, it's up to you. What would you like to do?
I do have a 6 to intimidation.
Yeah. If you want to try and intimidate her,
Yeah,
tell me
try
what
and
you're saying.
intimidate her. I think we should
What are
try
you
and
saying
intimidate
to intimidate her?
her. Fuck you, bitch. They just pull out my great sword. Does that work? Does that work?
Sure. We'll
great
make that
sword
an
slows you down.
intimidation. Why not? That's good enough.
God damn it! 14.
Again, you've killed her before. We'll count it as a success, but it's just on the cusp. And this is only because you're trying to intimidate her, and like you've already killed her once before. So
That's very inspirational, to be fair.
look,
so
man,
is
I
that-
was going to raise the DC because you were terrible, but you did some good RP earlier, so I'll allow it.
So we
So
Only got
you're
one
at
more
2
to go.
successes. Yeah. At the moment, you have successfully lured her away from the rest. So it's up to you whether you want to face her now or whether you just want to escape and regroup.
Let's keep playing chase.
Okay. Keep up.
yeah, I was
skill
going to say
challenge
I
We've only
think
got
3 of
one
us are done.
more. We've only got one more.
Either what we're going to choose.
We've already done deception.
We've done
check.
deception. Can't do that one.
You could do the performance one, or are
I
they
mean,
both the
if you
same?
can think of something in RP that you would do, I'll let you reuse the same checks. It's just a case of how will you deceive her? Because you've already said, guys, jump out at her. That trick's not going to work twice.
Can I do a persuasion?
Okay, how will you persuade her?
I'm trying to think. But I've got +6 to persuasion, so it seems a bit...
Pretty please. Fuck.
Please, will you not attack us? Just let us go.
Oh, I got one. So can I do a survival check where I just run really, really fast for my life?
Survival is more like hunting for food or like wilderness survival skills. So keeping an eye out and keeping a watch at night is something I would class as potentially survival, but or like tracking someone. You could potentially use.
I was going to say, could we
to,
use
like-
survival to like try and falsify our tracks? Because obviously even though she's chasing us, like to try and
like
throw her
you've
off our
opened
trail.
Okay, yeah, you've opened up some distance, so it would be like a case of you could throw in red herrings, like you could slam a door and then run around a corner, so it seems like you've gone into a building or something.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like, yeah.
I'll do that. I've got a +5 to survival, so
Okay, I'll allow it.
21.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you have managed to intimidate her and like open up distance between her, which has slowed her down, you're able to break line of sight for a moment, and then you are just able to, with this, send her off in the complete wrong direction and essentially escape from her. You know that now she is separate from the group and searching for you, and you have a vague idea of where Lord Hektor and this other vampire are.
Okay, so should we group up with the others and go for the main zone, or should we try and group up and take her out?
Group her up and take her out.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, you're going to know a vague idea of where the others are. If you would like to regroup, then like
Yeah,
between Ott's ability to like use telepathy, you can like be in contact with one another. I'd say it will just be a group stealth check with everyone, and the high rolls will cancel out the low rolls.
So mine and Alex's will cancel out everyone else's.
Well, I mean, it depends on if I roll like I did before.
That's true. Even though you got a +9, you're sorry, +8.
I was going to say +8. Yeah, I got a +8.
I think you've got the bad rolls out of the way. Let's just go with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've had 2 really good. I've now had 4 really good rolls and 2 really bad rolls. I haven't even had an in between yet.
Oh,
So we're gonna try and stealth our way together, people.
Yeah.
Are we regrouping or?
I thought that was the point.
To try and regroup and ambush Lady Vesna, then you can try and do that with a group stealth check.
Shall we?
Okay.
If we all regroup, then surely our unknown group of us coming from the other side we're kind of losing out on the stuff that we've kind of.
Rob, we currently have one of them separated from them together, so there's 2 together and 1 on their own. If we group up together and take out the other one on their own, that gives us an hour before they get back, and that gives us a slight advantage.
That's
yes, we are
true,
probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't she talk? Can't she use message? I'm pretty sure.
You don't really know what her... The thing is, you killed her so quickly, she couldn't use any of her abilities. So you don't really know what she's capable of.
But she's in heavy armor and wields a 2-handed sword.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty certain most of her
She
stuff
seemed
is
to have
combat.
superhuman strength and agility because she's a vampire.
And if we throw water on her, then surely she won't have a chance.
She certainly wouldn't enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. Right. So it's not a completely shield.
Yeah, you have to weaken them first.
Oh yeah, yeah. But if they're on like 0, HP and you throw water on
If
them.
they're in their mist form, does that work?
Yes, it
Yeah.
instantly
Okay, then.
kills them if they're in their mist form.
So if we are quick enough and we take her down and throw water onto the mist before she goes away, then we might be able to just take her out entirely.
Yep.
And then we just have 2 more to deal with. Lord Hektor and this other, I'm guessing, wizard
Yep.
vampire. Which is dangerous, to be honest.
Yep. It's
So I
dangerous
think
in a different way, though.
Yeah. I was going to say, is like, I think if we group together and take out her on her own, and then we will stand a better chance of coming out of this encounter like intact.
Mm-hmm.
It's an age-old tactic: divide and conquer.
Absolutely, that's exactly what this is.
Sure. Absolutely. Let's go for it.
It's literally how Napoleon won most of his wars. I'm pretty certain, right, Matt? You'll probably know that better than me.
Say that again, specifically.
Was it Napoleon most of his battles? Didn't he like win via divide and conquer? Like he would split like especially ones where he was like outnumbered.
Yeah, Napoleon's main tactic was more or less that he'd basically just show up to the battlefield far quicker than anyone else would realize. So he'd basically force people into battle a lot quicker. I don't know specific battlefield, but that tends to be how most battles tend to be done. Divide and conquer. So I say divide and conquer because it sounds a bit more like we're not going to die as much.
Yeah. Okay. So if we try a big group stealth check, and let's hope me and Rob get really high rolls, and maybe some others with high bonuses too.
Maybe
as well.
someone gets a moderate roll at least.
Well, yeah. I will make checks for Virtue and Gabriel.
That is not a high roll.
13's not bad.
Sorry.
Mine's even worse.
Oh, Alex.
Oh, God. Oh,
well,
Jesus.
I'm just going to take a quick picture of what I rolled for Virtue and Gabriel.
Oh, I bet you it's going to be fucking nat 20, isn't it?
It is a nat 19 and a nat 16. So,
really
plus their bonuses.
Why are they nat 19? I don't get it.
Natural, as in, like, before bonuses, that's what it was.
Okay, right.
Does it really matter if I get a nat 1 then if we do a group one?
Can you do inspiration?
Yeah, it's groups. Yeah, you can do inspiration to re-roll as well. Well, Alex can't because he's already used it. But yeah, essentially, if you guys, enough people roll well, it will cancel out the 6 and the 9. Or the 6 and the 1.
So we have a 11 and a 13. We just need Sarah's roll.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so it's just Sarah now. Who is, just enjoying her dinner.
That'd be a big dinner.
It's a 12.
Incredibly mediocre.
Okay, well, 12 is still above a 10. So we've got 2 very high, which are my nat 19, and then 2 very low, and then the rest all above 10. So I'd say that it is enough for you to successfully regroup without being in trouble, and you're able to find Lady Vesna. If you wanted to try and sneak up on her, or what do you want to try and do?
I'm still going to sneak up on her.
Okay, this won't be a group stealth check. This will be individual ones if you want to sneak up on her.
Yeah. Are we going to try that?
A low roll will
give
you away.
Hello, Papa.
Okay.
17.
At the moment, she is in the time it's taken you guys to regroup, she's realized that she has lost you, and you essentially find her throwing a tantrum and just smashing a crate with her greatsword.
Little bitch.
Oh, there we go. That's more normal.
Yeah.
Should I try?
You can try if you want, or you can be the distraction, or what do you want to try?
I rolled 2 on my first roll.
I'm so tempted to ruin everyone's day by failing a stealth check. No, I think I'll be the distraction.
Be a distraction.
Okay, so you're just gonna walk straight up like, "What's up, bitch?" Okay, so
I got a big cock.
Sarah and Nick, what are you guys gonna do?
Oh, I did
Sarah's done a self-check, 17.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Okay. Nick, what would you like to do?
Well, I already did a stealth check before and it wasn't very good.
Let's go in with Jeremiah. Why not?
be
Yeah.
distracted.
Okay, where's he going?
He's just gonna go out and meet her, essentially.
Okay, I'll brave up and go with him.
Okay. Father Gabriel and Virtue, because Logan doesn't want to keep rolling stealth checks for the rest of his life, will also back up Jeremiah. So I will move you to the map,
Yeah, here we go.
which quietly Logan is reusing from an earlier session, but we won't talk about that.
This
Here we
feels
go.
familiar.
Logan had to do a lot of work on a card today. He didn't have time to draw maps. Let's not talk about the time before today. So, Lady Vesna is here. Probably you guys wouldn't be that close, even sneaking up on her. I mean, you should be able to position yourselves. But yeah, she's just been smashing this crate, and then as you approach, she looks up and sees you, who have, come out in the open, and she does not notice those who are sneaking.
Wait, so these bits of wall here, then, are they...
The brown ones are collapsed, and the rest are solid.
And then these
You
are...
can walk
extra
over the
thick.
brown bits.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you say these are extra thick? Did you?
Yep.
Cool. Roll
Shit, a
initiative.
second. I mean, I am ahead of time because I know this is going to get into combat, but
Okay.
that's not like an immediate, ooh, this is a fight. This is just Logan trying to stay on top of things because a lot is happening. So,
Need
God
to roll
damn.
initiative in this.
You will do, but we're not immediately in initiative, is what I'm saying.
Right,
This
so
is like
what are the guys doing
I'm
that
anticipating initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So what are you
distracting
guys
us?
doing?
Yeah.
It's like she has turned and seen you, and she looks like she's about to either run away or try and kill you, and she hasn't quite decided which yet.
Well, we don't want her to. If she runs, do we get an open attack? Do we get an attack?
You would have to be in melee with her for that to
Yeah,
happen.
within 5
Oh my
feet.
god, what are these nat ones today?
Jesus Christ.
What?
Alex,
suck.
log out and log back in, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Killing
What
me.
are your goals?
Just reset your game. Create a new character. I don't know.
Yeah, make a new character.
You have two in my head in case the inevitable happens.
Well, it might happen today.
But my god, one. At least it's on initiative. It's not too bad. You know, because I'm in hiding.
Yeah,
so it doesn't
that's
really matter.
true. Like, you don't miss a turn for having bad initiative. You just suck.
I mean, like, if I don't get another nat one now for the rest of the game, I'll be happy.
Right.
I can't believe I had 3 nat ones.
Fucking type. Honestly, I've had games like this.
Yeah, but if you look at all my other rolls as well, I've had 3 nat ones, a nat 2, and then everything else has been like
It's all part of the fun, Alex.
above
Don't you worry.
15.
Which character model is she? Sorry, again.
She is here in front of the crate.
This one, cool.
If you have the turn order thing open, you'll be able to like see
Right.
because if you hover over it like a
Hover.
certain
Oh,
character,
yeah,
then
geez, there you go,
it'll
yeah.
highlight which character it is.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing then?
I'm going to approach and say, "So, back for another pummeling, are we?"
She looks at you as, what, are you going to flee from me again?
Be for me again.
I thought devotees of Cord were supposed to be brave.
And I thought those under vampires were meant to actually live long.
Fucking burn. So she just snarls angrily because she knows you beat her.
I'm going to take a step forward.
Yeah. go for it. You should be able to just control your character.
Yep.
And those in stealth, I suppose this is like your opportunity to, if you want to do something, you can.
Get up in striking distance. We want to get her in striking distance.
Yeah,
Mm.
might.
I'm going to be honest. We're going to fight dirty. My idea is
definitely.
so far is to try and bait her into a 1v1 duel, and then essentially just get you guys to come stab her in the back.
I can do that. Sneak attack.
Make sure you move. Make sure you're forward enough where you're not in just like a 1v1. So like, don't make it so she's here, so there's only 2 spaces for people to hit her.
Yeah.
There's 3 of us on this side. If she's here, we can all be.
Basically, you want me to get her into this more.
Just keep her where she is, basically. Because if you bring her forward enough, so if you like stand here, right, where I'm clicking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like to fight her. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We could completely surround her.
Right.
I mean, that's 10 feet, which is only a couple of meters. You can close that distance if you want to, Matt. And then just like walk straight up to a sword drawn. But if you do, that's initiative right there.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's up to how far you want to go forward. You could stand here. You could go an extra square, which is enough. Because then there's still obviously all these spaces here for us at the back to like just completely surround her.
Yeah.
And we, that's what we could do.
Yep.
And I think most of the people on your side are, it's Virtue in the Arkin. I mean, I don't know what Piark's going to be able to do, trying to get a Thunderbolt back or something like that.
That's all I'm good at. Thunderbolt or Fireball.
Yeah, do not use Fireball in this fight, for the love of God.
I don't think you even have it anymore, do you? I think you have Firewall now, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I changed it, didn't I?
I'm going to ready my flask of holy water.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
You can just get ready to throw it at her. You have to tell me what it will be like. If such and such happens, I do this. So you have to tell me what the trigger will be.
Yeah, no, it's going to be quite a while. But for the sake of saying, when she's eventually a steamy boy, then...
Okay. That would be something that, like, when you're in initiative on your turn, rather than taking an action, you hold an action for that.
What?
So I'm presuming you want to fight then?
Oh, I would love to kill you.
I'd love another chance to get some target practice in before the big show.
And so again, you've filled a couple of seconds during which she's just standing her ground, and you can move again if you would like to.
Can I try an intimidation check to try and get her to move back?
Yeah, definitely. I think you can probably have advantage on it as well, given the situation.
Okay.
Like
23. Yes.
Yeah. So she's putting on a brave face. You can tell, but she is definitely afraid of you, and she's aware of the fact that she can only see 4 of you, and there's almost certainly more of you around. So she's starting to feel pretty worried.
All right, a step closer. Is she going to move more into the center?
I think she's just like trying to keep 10 feet between you, so she's just taken a step straight back with that intimidation.
I think where she is fine then.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, have a fight, or do you think that you'll lose again? I'm sure your master would be very interested to see what you could do now.
She's. So, are you like trying to reposition her?
I'm trying to get her into a battle now. I'm trying to. How close can everyone else move?
I'm well in range.
Yeah, everyone is in range by now.
Everyone in range to fight now?
Yeah.
Well, it might be best if I get 1 step closer and then you guys kick it off, because we need the stealth attacks first, and then I can go in, I think is best.
Okay, so...
Or do you want me to go for...
No, you need to go in first, because then it completely gets rid of the stealth, really. If you if she begins, because she's got a 20, right? So she's going to have the first roll. You look at the initiative order, right? So she's going to get the first attack.
Hang on, I'll reorder
Roll
it.
initiative. Sorry,
Oh,
I just
wait, I
realised.
haven't rolled mine either. I didn't think we were doing that yet.
Yeah, sorry. I
I just sorted this out like ahead of time because I knew you were going to get into initiative.
You want me to roll initiative then? Sorry.
Yeah, you might as well.
Oh yeah, so you are. So wait, if you get everyone in, and then
Yeah, I'll put everyone in
reorder it.
order again. Descending.
11. Great.
There we go.
If you look at that, I mean, you need to be the one to kick this off. Because
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
she's going to attack you first anyway. She's the only one she can see. She's either going to run or attack you.
Right. I'm going to get in one more step and I'm going to start attack and I'm going to do Divine... is it Divine Smite? The one I get against
so, Divine Smite is if you hit, you declare Divine Smite.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you just make your attack first.
Forget that every time.
It's because the other ones, you have to declare it before.
Yeah.
So I would rather you do declare it before. Just for the sake of
so if we're going into initiative now, then
there we go.
What happens with the order? Does that mean Risu goes next?
She'll get first go after I hit first, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what we'll say is you will get to make one attack rather than your full round, which will be this one. You do hit her with that, and if you'd like to put Divine Smite on it, you can, as you just charge in with it, and then we'll be into initiative.
What's divine? It's plus 4d6, isn't it?
That sounds like a lot. It depends. So it depends on what level you cast the spell at, because you have different levels of spells.
No, well, it's a definite hit. So let's actually go level 2.
Okay, so you're going to cast it at the higher level.
Yeah.
If you go to your spell book,
yeah, I've taken it down 1.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
What is it again?
What? Sorry, I'm looking at your spells table. You've got a maximum of 2, and you've used 3 here.
Oh, I haven't reset them. It's 3. Sorry.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. So you've used 1.
1, yeah.
So, what does it specifically? Sorry, I'm just going to take control of your character sheet for a second because Divine Smite is on a thing down here. Divine Smite. 2d8 for a first level spell slot, plus 1d8 for each spell level higher, and another d8 if they are undead. So 4d8, yeah.
Not the greatest, but an extra 13 damage is not bad.
Damn, that's a pretty good opening. So that is 11 plus 13 is 24 damage to her, yeah?
Yeah.
And vampires do not like radiant damage, so that's going to have an effect on her. It seems to just like burn her skin as you strike her with your divine blade. Wink.
Oh, sailor.
And you will be into initiative. So it will be her turn to go first. And I need to pull up her stats. Here we go. So, you're already in melee with her, so even though she's disadvantaged...
Let me get my armor.
Probably...
That's what my parents said I was in school.
My armor is 18. She needs to be an 18 to hit.
I'm just thinking whether she is going to attack you or whether she's going to try and flee and just eat the attack off you. Because she knows that she's almost certainly surrounded right now and she's definitely outnumbered. And she's still okay on hit points. She's going to try and hold out and do some damage to you first because she wants to weaken you before the big fight. So, she is going to make her first attack with her greatsword, which is a plus 11. Do this. 21 to hit you.
Yeah, goddamn.
Okay.
That's unlucky.
Instead of dealing damage, the vampire can choose to grapple the target as she feints at you with a greatsword and grabs you with her claw and pulls you in towards her to try and make a bite attack.
Okay.
Which is also definitely going to hit. So, you take 1d6 plus 5 piercing damage and then some necrotic damage. So, you take 6 piercing damage as she bites into you, and then
it'll be the necrotic that'll do the damage. But,
10 necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is decreased by 10. And she heals by 10.
Damn. Right, guys, I think it's time for you to do the damage now, please.
Yeah, so that is the extent of her turn. So I will. Jeez, I'm lagging really badly on Roll20 for some reason. But Risu, you're next.
Oh,
What would you like to do? This vampire has just bitten Jeremiah and seems to have healed her wounds slightly.
yeah. I'll probably attack her from above. Wait.
Okay, yep. You take to the skies and
attack her with my moonlight sword with 2 hands.
okay, yep. So you
Why-
have 2
why is-
attacks.
why is Russo on top
What?
of it?
Yeah.
She
that
can
happen?
fly. It's fine. So you're like above her in the air as you just like. So the first one will hit. The second one won't penetrate her armor. As like I think she tries to pull Jeremiah in as like a human shield, and you have to like relent rather than killing Jeremiah.
Yeah. Damn it, Jeremiah.
But the first one definitely hits and deals 14 slashing damage. Brings her to. God damn, she's not a happy lady. Cool. So, is that all you're doing for your turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. In that case, next up is the sneaky boy.
Wait, so
What would you like to do?
why did Jeremiah's damage get immediately resolved?
She bit me.
Oh,
It didn't completely heal her. She only healed by 10.
okay,
she-
right.
Whereas Matt did like 23 damage, but it
Okay.
did heal her somewhat.
Oh, I see. Right.
17 from Matt and then 14 from.
So I'm gonna use mirror image. I don't know because I got one in level 1 and one in level 2. I have no idea why.
Mirror image is definitely a second level at least.
Okay. I don't know how to remove. I'll figure it out later.
Check. I can check right now. Give me a sec. I've got to think.
Sure.
Mirror image.
So can I control them individually with mirror image?
They no, they stay around you, and it's like if an enemy tries to target you, they potentially instead target the mirror image.
Yeah. I
There's
saw
a
that.
duplicate. 3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear. It's a second level spell. So mark off one of your second level spell slots.
Okie dokie.
And yeah, 3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear in your space until the spell ends. That's your action to cast that.
Okay. So could they appear like in front of me here?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I'm gonna put a little blob there for them. There you go.
Sure, I'll allow it.
Cool.
But
So
they stay with you, essentially.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just want her to be distracted by them, and I can't use Mage Hand now. I was thinking of messing around with her with Mage Hand.
You've used your action.
Yeah. I'm not gonna move. Bonus action. Can I check her defenses? Was that a
Sure. Yep. Insight check.
insight? That's the one. 16.
Okay. You've dealt a pretty hefty hit to her between you, but since she's healed slightly from Jeremiah's attack, she's still looking okay on hit points. She's not bloodied yet.
Cool.
And that's your turn. Virtue will be next, and he's just going to be like, get him, Jeremiah. Don't, please don't get bitten again.
Do I get inspiration from that?
You get bardic inspiration, so you get a d8 that you can add to a roll.
Hell yeah.
And it lasts for a few minutes. So, that's essentially the extent of his turn, because he's already away from the combat. Hyakin, what are you going to do? Retro break Nick.
Retro break
Your
Nick.
terrible powers upon this foe.
I don't really have any spells that would hurt her without hurting anyone else at the minute.
Okay.
So I'm just going to end up hurting everyone. Sorry.
Oof.
I'm joking. I'll probably. I might just. Don't know if it's worth casting a shield yet because she doesn't actually know I'm there around that corner, does she?
She knows you're there, but she's pretty distracted by
yeah,
being
she's
mobbed by a
probably-
bunch of people.
She's probably not going to be.
You're not the
aiming
biggest threat to
at
her
me.
right now.
No. The only other thing I was thinking is maybe try and poison her, but that would mean that I'd have to get up close.
You figured this out last session. She's immune to poison because she's undead. Most undead are immune to poison.
Would my potion of gaseous form not really work on her then?
What, as
Probably
in
the same thing.
force feeding her a potion of gaseous form?
Oh right,
If you wanted to make it, what are you trying to do with that?
I
or are
just
you going
saw
to
in
turn
my
yourself
inventory.
to
I thought it
smoke?
was a good old throw at her, but
No, it's like a potion you drink.
yeah. Let me read up on the information here.
What would you like to do, Nick? I mean, you can hold an action for later if you don't think there's anything you can do right this second.
Yeah, to be honest, until she moves closer or
So
unless
if
there's
you-
anything anyone else can think that would be useful, I don't really think I can do anything yet without even either hurting anyone or getting too close
So
and
what
putting
are all,
myself in danger.
Give someone
what are all
inspiration.
your yeah?
I
What
do-
are all your like
Is that
abilities? Like your magic. What's your magic damage and spells other than like?
So I have Wall of Fire, I think it's called that.
Yep, that's a big one.
But yeah, again, that's too big and it's going to damage people or buildings. Lightning Bolt, Thunder Wave.
Yeah, they're all AoE.
That's it. They're all area attacks, so I haven't really got anything that can
You've got your electric
precision-
nipple twister.
precision aim apart from electric nipple twister, which I have to get up close to use. I'm probably too far away to use that anyway.
I was going to say what.
Unless I can use my illusion spell to trick her into going somewhere, or
No, there's no
I
need of
mean,
that.
she's
What?
pretty preoccupied right now,
yeah,
being mobbed by a bunch of people.
I don't know. The only thing I could think of doing was using the shield, but I don't really think I need to use that yet, especially if it only lasts one turn.
So,
Well,
are
I'll
you just
move
going to
one.
hold an action for
I'll
something?
move one square to the left.
Okay. I mean, I'd say you can hold your delay your initiative and move later if you choose to. Like,
You
I'll
could-
allow that.
You could move to around like here. 10 is 30.
Inside.
I
Yeah,
mean,
maybe.
it's
What's this
like-
crate? Do you have to destroy that?
It's
She's
it's
destroyed
the
it.
remains of a crate. She destroyed it
Okay.
when she was throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, I
So-
suppose what I could do, this would be a bit safer if I move inside the building.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
closer then, and she won't be able to get me down that corridor either.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So next up in initiative is Sir Jeremiah.
Right.
Right now, you are grappled, so any attacks you make would be at disadvantage, or you can use one of your attacks to try and make a strength check to escape the grapple.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that.
Okay,
Strength
strength check. That's a strength saving throw.
Oh.
Go to the skills page, and near the bottom is unskilled strength checks.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. 16. Not bad.
Okay, let's see what her strength. Well, I did not beat a 16. So yeah, you are able to free yourself from her grapple as you shove her away from for a moment, and she's like, "Ah, you tasted awful anyway."
Can I throw holy
you-
water on her? Or would that be an attack?
That
Don't
would
do
be
it
your
yet.
other attack if you wanted to try it. Yeah.
Do you want to do it yet? I thought she has to be in.
It
Misty
will
form.
still hurt her, but it wouldn't probably wouldn't kill her. at
Might be
this
a
point.
waste of the stuff.
It's up to you.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I'm not sure what I should do because I can't do an attack anymore.
You have one other attack. You have 2 attacks, remember. You
Okay,
use one to
yeah, okay.
escape.
Yeah, then I'll do El Clasico.
Okay. Give her a whacking.
I did just press attack. There we go.
There we go. I think
and then
roll 20 is just being slow.
I'm going to do Divine Smite, but I'm going to do it in a because I've got that extra one now from Bardic Inspiration. I'm only going to do it at level 1.
Yep. And yeah, you can add that d8 to damage as well because Virtue is a specific type of bard. So again, roll your 4d8.
Oh, come on.
That's just sad.
That is just sad. Christ. Yeah.
So 11 plus 8 plus 8 is 19. And
that's still a good chunk of damage. Still
yeah, it is.
Damage. I swear to God, she grapples me again, the bitch.
Ooh, she is bloodied now. She is below half health from you guys just wailing on her. She might not actually make it to try and grapple you again. Brother Gabriel, it's his turn. And,
could I move? Could I move out the way? Quickly. Do I still have movement?
Yes, you do. If you move out of her melee, she gets an attack though.
Game theory, why don't I move out the way so that Nick can just fuck the shit out of blow the shit out of her.
The only position
Okay, get Research to fly away as well.
Can he disengage? Or is it
no?
Is it action?
He can't disengage on that. It's not
It's
that
a bonus action for anyone that isn't you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool.
And I was going to say those are the 2 places you can move without getting attacked by her as you move away.
Yeah. So where do you want to go, Matt?
No, well, I can't really move it. If I can only go
Move towards me.
Here.
You could go around her, or
yeah, I'll go around her. I think I've got 30 feet.
yeah, you've got enough to get around her. That's fine.
There we go.
It's like you circle around, like as you break the grapple, you like throw her away from yourself and circle around her as you make your attack. That's fine. And so it's Brother Gabriel's turn. And you know what? Yeah, I think this is a time for him to actually use one of his proper spells. He's going to use Guiding Bolt to do an attack. If I can find out what it does. 4d6 at first line. What's his spell attack? I'm sorry. Give me a second. I'm being useless. Alright, cool. I'm going to make... so basically he summons this like orb of radiant energy and just fires it towards her. And, yep, that'll hit. So, as this orb of radiant energy quacks her, it does... 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of radiant damage, and the next attack against her has advantage as this like beacon of holy light illuminates her. And that's going to be basically his turn. So, who's next in the initiative? Roll 20, why are you so laggy? Yolia, it's your turn next.
Yes. So I'm going to move in range and just full on go for it.
Yep.
1 second. My phones. So make my 2 strikes.
First one doesn't hit.
The second one does, though, yeah?
Yep.
And then obviously use the key spell to strike her again. Let's hope I hit.
That one will hit, and it's a nat 20.
Nice, nice.
And
the last one doesn't.
Okay. I've been reading in this. Because that's a flurry of blows that hit, I can make you do something. It must say saving, dex info,
Logan, get on your knees.
I will make you do something. You shall regret.
Okay. Make a dex saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay.
Jesus. There's so much big dick energy going on right now, right there.
Also, I have to make an. Oh no, don't.
I'm guessing I don't beat it because I only got like an 8.
I'm guessing yes, because yes, it's a 13 is my key, so I'm guessing it's something close to that. It doesn't really say what.
Yeah,
so
it'll be your save monk save
key-
DC or key save DC or whatever.
yeah, so no.
So she is knocked prone. Oh, you would have had advantage on that first attack if you wanted to re-roll it as well.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me do a reroll on that first attack then. Give it a second.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah,
I definitely hit. So,
So-
that's 3 hits, and one of them is
Is
I
a
do
nat
double.
20.
Yeah, so that's 4, 9 damage then, because it's I rolled 2 on that one.
9
Sadly,
plus 10 plus 8, isn't it?
yeah.
Plus 8.
So
Wow, she is very, very hurt now. As you've just pummeled her with all of this damage, she is down to a big 10 hit points. And it is her turn next, however. And she knows that, like, given another round of attacks, you guys will kill her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to use
we did warn her.
She's going to use her action to disengage, so you don't
but she's
get,
prone.
which is half her movement to stand up then. Okay?
Yep.
It's her action to disengage.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a bonus action and a action. And I will make an athletics check to use the rest of her movement to use her superhuman strength to just leap up the side of the building and try and get away from at least Jeremiah and Yolya.
Does that mean she's trying to escape from us?
Yes, but she's used her action to disengage, so you don't get an attack. And with a nat 20, she leaps up and like digs these vampiric claws into the like crumbling rubble of the building and climbs up onto the roof. She can't go anywhere because she's out of movement now, but she is out of melee at least.
Can I climb on
Risu.
top? Oh, sorry.
No, it's not your turn. Risu, it's your turn.
Okay.
I mean, you can fly. She hasn't escaped from you.
I know. Haven't I got a spell that traps someone?
You've got a couple. You've got it should be in your spell book.
Yeah, I'm reading them. No.
Can you? This sounds really stupid. Can you push her back off the roof?
Get back down.
No, honestly, if you push her off, I'm guessing she'd take some damage from falling. She'd probably be stunned as well, and that gives us a free attack.
Yeah.
I think honestly, pushing off the roof is the best bet.
It would be athletics checks from each of you if you wanted to try that.
You will have quite a high bonus to that, just so you know. The vampire lady.
Yeah, but so does Risu. But yeah, she has superhuman strength.
Yeah. Super strong. But I can't see it.
I mean, you do have those insanely powerful strength gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You both have you're both very high strength. You could try and shove her off the roof, or you could try and do something else. It's entirely up to you.
I'm just thinking
she seems very hurt, and right now she wants to run away.
I'm thinking if you push her down, yeah, it stops her from running away.
Okay, I'll try that then.
Okay, sure. Make athletics check. God. All right, yep. Make your check.
Oh.
I cannot believe this. She got a 5 plus 5 is 10.
I knew. Oh my days.
So
do I have inspiration?
Do you have inspiration?
Ooh.
It'll be on your character sheet.
Where would I see the?
It'll be on core stats.
Core stats.
Also, there are fucking birds nestling in the roof above me, and I can hear them.
Oh, will this give inspiration to Risu? Is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Birds get really antsy about this. Do you reckon?
Where's my reader?
God, they're fucking loud.
I'm not sure where it says.
Yeah, I always struggle to find it on the.
Sorry.
Of course that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have it. It says inspiration, and underneath it, it says no.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you do not have inspiration. So
How do you retain inspiration?
you be a good boy. I would have given you inspiration at the end of this session because of your roleplay earlier, and I would have probably also given Rob inspiration and probably Alex for leading the group during like
Yeah, not Nick though. Yeah, not Nick. Nick.
He got lost to eat dinner. All right, he muted himself.
Then I guess we have to fight her on her level. Honestly.
Yeah. So I mean, you've used one of your attacks to try and shove. You could try it again, or you could make an attack. Is what I'll say.
I'd say try it again if you can, because honestly, that is the best scenario we can get shoving her down
Well,
here.
I mean, I was thinking about a bow because the bow does a lot of damage.
But we want to stop her, not damage her, because she can run off this way. She can very easily run off. We want to force her into a situation where she can't attack us and she can just run away.
But Matt, if we kill her, she's gone for an hour.
Which could be enough time to kill the other two.
Exactly.
Okay.
Could be.
I rolled a
So, she rolled worse. You shove her off the roof,
Oh
and like in her injured state, she's like able to just grapple you the first time. Then you have this sudden burst of strength, and you just shove her off, and she's not like expecting it properly because you're so small. As she topples off the roof and lands right in front of Jeremiah, she will take a little bit of fall damage, but she only falls about 15 feet. So.
Could I be pinning her to the floor?
Sure, yeah, you can go down with her.
Yeah. Fuck it.
So she's on 2 hit points, guys.
See, I was going to sneak up on top of the building with my athletics.
Well, if you want to kill Steel, now would be the time because it's your turn.
I'm totally going to kill Steel.
We didn't get a chance to do
Hey,
anything first.
1 second, Rob. Do you have two? Do you have two? Do you have two?
She survived on 2
attacks?
hit points.
2 attacks.
You have 2 attacks?
No, he only has 1.
I only have 1.
Oh.
Why?
I was going to say, if you had a second attack, just use your flask of holy water I gave you to smash it on.
Oh yeah, no, it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be Hayakin to do it. He's the next person because.
Well, actually, Virtue is.
Virtue doesn't have holy water.
Well, I'm thinking if she tries to run away. Actually, no, she can't. Her turn's over. Yeah, she's fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just gonna. Where is she? So she's here, right? Okay.
She's buried underneath all the people. She's
Buried
right
underneath
here.
all the people. I'm gonna surround her. Move to there.
Sure.
So can you shift me because I've only got arrows on? I'm gonna use my weapons. It's a flame tongue short sword.
Okay, you have advantage because she is prone.
Cool. Boom. I'm gonna say the IDK's
roll again because you have advantage.
Oh,
you haven't hit her first off. There you go. I think that might have done.
And
so technically, you also get sneak attack damage on that.
Yes.
I mean, you've already killed her, but
yes. And I'm gonna say the IDKs send their regards.
Okay.
This is how we're gonna kill every enemy now.
Yeah, it is.
It's, you stab this sword into her, and then it ignites in flames. She bursts into flames and starts screaming, and Risu has to hop off before she's ignited as well.
Yeah.
And then you see her, she turns into mist, and I suppose that's the end of your turn, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she turns into mist. Virtue, I suppose because Hayakin is next, he'll just shout, "Don't let her get away!" to Hayakin and
We put her
give
in a
you
jar.
inspiration.
Yeah, can we put her in a jar?
Have I got a jar to put her in?
Put a mist in a jar.
Or you can throw the mist and
I
then try and
I
put
got
it
a
in.
bucket, I think.
I hate all of you.
Do that!
So
I got a
much.
bucket.
What
Do
is this
Never
happening?
jar.
you have anything better than a bucket?
I'll throw some holy water on her, and you can put her in a bucket.
Logan, just so you know, I tried to persuade the throwing the holy water first.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Nick, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
What would everyone like me to do?
Smash the
Yeah.
floor, you missed your-
I think we've got a
No.
container. Because if we
No.
contain it, then that is one
No,
definitely down.
just no. We have holy water. Throw it on the mist. It will kill her.
But does
It
does
kills
everyone
her.
have-
Morgan has already said it kills her. Just do it. We've all got it. I gave you a flask
Oh,
each.
then yeah, throw it on.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know he didn't. I didn't know he had it. Sorry.
Oh,
Then
he
yeah.
Throws holy water.
Okay. You just throw a flask of holy water, and it shatters on the ground where she was, and the mist that was her. You hear just a high-pitched scream of "No!"
And then we put a
As the
bucket
mist-
over it.
The
I like
mist
that, yeah.
dissipates, and she is dead.
Is there any dust?
Oh,
Is there any
that's
dust
sad.
or
It
ashes
doesn't
or
matter.
anything?
Nope,
Dead for an
there is
hour.
not.
God damn it.
No,
No,
she's
she's
dead.
She's dead.
No
Yeah, I know, but
evidence.
are
Is
there
there
any
like a dead
ashes
bat
we
on the
can
floor
steal?
or anything?
Yeah,
No,
do we have
there
any
was
ashes we
mist.
can scoop up?
There was mist, and it is now gone.
One down, 2 to go, boys.
Right. She didn't try very hard, did she?
How much health have you lost there, Matt?
Only 17. I'm down to
but your
60
max-
HP.
Or your max is
So-
dropped, right?
By 10, hadn't it?
Yes.
My turn.
So I can make, if I can get 6 extra, then I'll be fine. Back up to full health.
You can heal yourself by
yeah.
6. You have lay on hands.
I was going to say, if you've got any
That
healing
does take
potions
up
and stuff,
The problem is I'm trying to balance spell slots. Because
you
we've
have
got
a
2
healing
more
potion?
people, and luckily I do have a healing potion,
You
so
have a healing
I'll
potion.
drink that.
Can I just see how much more I would have dealt if I used my sneak attack as well?
Yep. 4d6.
4D.
it would have been more than enough, mate.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
she was on 2.
17, oh my days.
Yeah.
There we go. So, yeah. That brings you out of initiative. And it's 9 o'clock now, so it's up to you guys. We can push on and get to the start of the next combat encounter. Or...
Yeah, let's push on.
Okay. That's fine.
Executive decision. You don't have a voice anymore.
Oh, I'm happy with that.
Are people happy to carry on?
Yeah, that's okay.
So then, you are 1 vampire down, and you know the vague location of the other vampire and of Lord Hektor. Sorry, I'm just changing the music because you're no longer in a
good.
battle. There we go.
Oh, we can relax.
That's nice.
That's nice.
There goes. You take a moment and
Take a long rest.
just have another 8 hours. It's fine. You won't be found. Promise. As Father Gabriel takes a moment to congratulate you and says, honestly, that went so much better than I thought we were capable of.
I like Gabriel. He's a nice guy compared
I mean, like, I knew you guys were able to beat her. I was just impressed that we managed to separate her from the group so easily and then take her down separately.
This feels like Far Cry.
Well,
where
this is
you're
a best case
stones.
scenario.
Yeah.
At this point, I was surprised she was stupid enough to constantly chase us.
Would the big baddie, that's what I'm going to call him, big baddie, would the big baddie have noticed one of his vampires that had died?
You have no idea what his powers are. You know that he has some incredible magical power.
They could be on more alert now.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
I mean, you've made quite a commotion, but you were in a deserted area and you'd led her away, so you're not sure one way or the other.
Are we going back to
Fine.
the map, the other screen?
Yep,
No.
we can move you back to the map, that's fine.
I think I don't think this other vampire is as foolish as she was. She was very foolhardy. Thought
She was
strong
very
as she was.
prideful.
Yeah,
And
I think it might. He won't be. He was completely scared, witless when he saw Sarah before. So I'm pretty certain he was never going to leave that guy's side. So they're together, 100%. He's not going to split off to go and find her like the other vampire. So at this point, we may as well just move on to that main encounter.
I think you're right. Honestly.
Okay, is there any preparation you would like to do before you challenge Lord Hektor then?
Is that I give another bottle of holy water back to
Okay, so
Smart.
Nick.
let's just keep track of this
Yeah,
because
thank
see
you.
how I know that you had a lot of holy water, but like how much
I have
you got
5
left?
now.
You have 5, and everyone else has 1,
Yes.
plus what Matt had.
Wait, how did you get 10?
You've got 10. You sure you didn't accidentally press 0 when you were typing it in?
That's a quite far to press 0. It's not like you
Well,
can
maybe
fat
you
finger
just-
that.
Unless you're on the
Maybe
right
there
side.
was
Well,
already
maybe
0
share the
there and
round
you pressed
keyboard.
1.
Unless you have the fattest fingers in the world.
The
I
numpad
feel
on the
like
right side.
I've
Or a cat that stood on the keyboard?
So
No.
I think what happened
No.
was originally Lord Duskwatch gave you 10, and then Matt made a few as well, which I think he has separately. And I think just both Sarah and Alex have marked that they have the 10. So Sarah, we'll say that you have 1.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I've only got 3 holy waters, so
The whole reason I keep everything in my bag is because I have a bag of holding, so I can just keep infinite
Yeah.
amount of things in my bag.
Yolia
Okay.
has a magical bottomless backpack.
So that's why it's just like if Logan looked at what was in my bag, he'd be like, "Why is that stuff in your bag still?"
Honestly, I'm used to it from Rob by now.
No, it's going
what
to
from
stuff
me? What's Alex doing?
Just go and have a
Just
look.
collecting random things.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh no, this is a random thing, Logan. Have a quick look.
Okay, let's take a look at Alex's.
And then just look at the bottom, the last few things.
Yolia. God damn, Roll20 is slow today. Okay. You have.
Don't say them out loud. Don't say them out loud. Just look at what I have at the bottom.
Okay, I remember when you got those.
That's exactly
I
it. I
remember.
still have them.
Okay. I knew you cheaped out.
I don't know what you're on about there, Logan.
All right, we're fine. So,
Don't tell the others.
Yep. So, is there any other preparation? Then you've given out you've redistributed the means of
Tommy.
vampire slaying.
Have we? Oh yeah, you healed yourself, so you're having. Oh no, you haven't healed yourself, have you yet, Matt?
Yeah, if you want to drink your healing potion or use.
yeah, I've done that. Don't worry, I've
Okay.
drank my healing potion.
Where?
Did you
Where's
roll
your-
it? Because
I was going to say we haven't seen
Oh
it.
shit!
4 plus 2. You heal by.
Is there any way to fix his
Oh,
maximum
Well,
HP?
So I get 8.
the last time someone had their maximum hit points reduced was Alex, and that came back over a long rest.
Can I got 8. Can I heal over the max?
Nope, you max out at 6.
Okay, cool.
which is fine. You're back at your
Yeah.
full health, quote unquote.
Yeah. Alex, did we ever fix your max health after you had your health?
Yes, I've
raised?
put it back to normal.
Good. Okay. Yeah, that reset on a long rest.
Can't you just change the temporary HP to like negative numbers? No,
You
you
could
actually
do,
can't.
yeah.
No, I
That
just
is-
checked, you can't.
That is a separate thing, but like if you put in 10 temp HP, you would know that that's 10 missing. But I've also wrote down Jeremiah is 10 down.
Ah, okay.
So, you guys have successfully taken down 1 vampire. You've used up a few of the spells of the next vampire, but you doubt that he will leave the side of Lord Hektor.
Time to move on to Big Bad.
Yeah. So, after Lady Vesna rushed ahead and they didn't catch you, they have essentially decided to stop just sweeping the town and have now headed back to in front of the corrupted temple, that big square with the corpse pile.
I'm going to sneak
And
again.
they
I'll
just
sneak.
seem to be waiting for you there.
I'm going to stealth it.
Okay.
Shall I stealth roll? There you go, 21.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do a stealth as well. Come on, something high.
Oh, there we go. More than me.
It's a 19.
Nice.
Oof. So stay away from me and Rob, please, thanks.
Yeah. I mean, like, if we're going in as a group, surely that would kind of even out anyway.
If you're sneaking up on them, like trying to enter combat in stealth, then I would say this is separate ones.
Okay.
So the way I will say this is he got a total. Lord Hektor got a total of 20 for his perception. So as Risu takes to the sky, a beam of energy fires out and narrowly misses her as Lord Hektor is looking up at you, and he begins to levitate up off the ground. And I feel like that's probably a good cliffhanger to leave everyone on. But
Big baddie.
Yeah. So
I'm just like looking up at this guy levitating. What's that?
So I will explain the way he appears now, since you've been able to get a good look at him. He is this enormous knight, clad entirely in ancient black armor, like really, really old armor as well. It seems to be like from centuries past, and it is covered in these like shimmering glyphs, which seem to like swap places one another. And you can see, like, you can't see anything of what he actually looks like other than through the slit in his helmet, just these two burning red dots. And in the middle of his helmet is an especially like bright glyph, which seems to shed this long cone of purple light in front of him wherever he's looking, like ultraviolet light. So
who's drawing the big bad?
I'm assuming Rob.
Why me? Why is it always me?
Because if it was a good drawing, it would be Sarah.
Hey, I drew a good house. That's where we were earlier.
Okay.
You're welcome.
That's fair. I'll
Thank
allow
you.
that. I mean, you drew a house instead of a windmill, but...
Fuck's sake, yeah. Didn't think of that.
Good gold star.
Right, okay, I'm going to move it. I'm moving it and
You
putting a
tried.
windmill.
But yeah, I'd say that that's probably as good a place as any to leave this session on a decent cliffhanger, because, let's face it, the big boss battle is going to take a goddamn while. I don't really want to be here until 1 in the morning to do it, and I don't want to leave the... Combat normally takes like an hour or so, and this is a big combat. So it might not be 1 in the morning, but it would be late.
Me and Matt will be.
And I feel like I don't want to do like several combat encounters in one thing, because it just drags the pacing really far down.
Download Animal Crossing.
Yeah. So, good game, everyone. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
That was great, thank you.
Yeah, you guys were smart. You separated Lady Vesna, and just because it's, you know, a matter of pride for her, and she is very prideful, once you goaded her, she just was going to keep chasing you.
I just imagine that she's like an anime villain that just goes, oh, ho, 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 ho.
Yeah.
Kind of.
A Nojo-sama.
Yeah.
God, Sarah, you're such a weeb.
And despite you giving me inspiration,
me a
just
lunch
already
money.
had inspiration. That's really sad.
Well, that's sad.
But
yeah,
such is life.
Matt and Alex, you will both get inspiration.
Yay.
Yay.
Matt,
What did I get inspiration for?
Good role play. Matt gets for good role play earlier, and you and Rob get it for leading the group while you were in your investigation and planning phase. Just for being good D&D boys.
Hell yeah.
And Nick and Sarah,
Yeah.
you're labelled as the black sheep for
get
having
none
technical
because
issues and din
I've still got to try and fix that.
One of
don't
you
know what
guys
was
had
going
the
on.
same thing.
Yeah, Matt did like a while ago.
After Windows update.
Not during a session.
It wasn't Windows updating though.
No.
It was Dell.
It
It was
just
a Dell
randomly happened.
firmware update, and then for some reason it doesn't think the laptop's got any speakers anymore.
Yeah.
Sounds like audio drivers.
That doesn't
No.
scream to me more than anything Dell. Then
Dell.
I don't know what else does.
Well, I installed the drivers and it worked, and then it told me I needed to reset, so I reset, and then it lost them again.
What, as in restarted your computer, reboot?
Yeah, it said restart the computer for the changes to take effect, and then it just went back to how it was before.
Most unusual.
And it's a brand new laptop. We've only had it like a few months.
Have you deleted the audio drivers out and then completely reinstalled them fresh?
That's what I was.
Because we haven't.
That's what I was going to try and do after this. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be my only suggestion.
I'll just say reinstall Windows.
Yeah, or you could do that. Completely delete everything on your computer.
Just put Mac OS on it.
Ew.
It won't be compatible with the hardware, but
why do you hate yourself so much, Rob?
Hey, I use Mac.
Really?
Why do you hate
That's
yourself so
unfortunate.
much, Nick?
I'm on a Mac right now.
I kind of want to get
you
a
are
Mac Mini.
retrograde, Nick.
Oh, I can send you a picture of my work computer. It looks really...
I want a Mac Mini just so I can like use it as a paperweight.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You've got so many laptops. Why do you hate yourself? Why would you have a Mac?
I don't even own them. It's sad.
Just to say you've got one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe you
What a
don't
life.
like my hovering man. Just for you, Logan.
Oh, sorry. I've been on. I clicked onto Discord. Oh wow, he's beautiful. That's exactly what I had envisioned.
I think it needs to be holding a skipping rope.
there's holding what?
A skipping rope.
A skipping rope.
I'm pretty sure I have got a picture of what a Death Knight looks like.
See, it's supposed to mimic that meme, like the I don't know kind of little ASCII arts deal. That's what the arms are about. He's just like raising up. That's what his arms are kind of doing. He's like, I don't know. Does he have hair or is he bald? I just want to know.
You can't see anything of him underneath the armor. He's wearing a helmet.
Cool.
Just give me a sec. I'll see if I can find a picture of a Death Knight, which isn't exactly like him, but it'll give you an idea.
Is he in the player's
I think
handbook?
that's a picture of your desk there,
It's
sir.
a monster manual.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. Oh my goodness. What the balls?
Although my tower looks like Terminator.
It does look a bit scary.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look at those strong arms he has. You can tell he's been alone for millennia.
Does he have a really weak other arm?
Yeah. He also didn't know how to sew, so he ripped his jeans a bit of a while ago, and now he's kind of just stuck with them.
Unfortunately, I have bad news for you. He's been undead for a long time. It's fallen off, guys.
Oh Jesus!
Oh dear.
Poor guy.
So why has he got one big arm, one small arm?
It's from he uses one arm to punch people.
There's no one here.
There
Awful,
is.
awful DM. Not playing again. Doesn't know that his own law.
That's right. Look, I sent a picture of what he looks like.
What case is that?
I don't know. It just says tough inside. I
Tough.
didn't build it.
Tough.
I'm trying to remember.
Hell yeah.
Trying to remember what is
Oh wow.
What is that?
Two
That's
of
a
the
nice-
8 RAM slots full. This
In US.
hurts me.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like an NZXT case, but it isn't
Yeah.
one. It's not.
It's a very nice innards.
Yeah.
Very nice innards you have.
So now Sarah is officially for reals gamer.
It looks
Oh.
dusty.
Today-
Gamer.
It's
Purple makes your PC quieter as well.
Do you
Red
like
makes it faster. Blue makes it colder. Purple makes
Yeah.
it quieter.
Oh,
Sarah? Do you like Pokemon or something? I'm getting this vibe.
oh, that hurts. Retro Breakneck.
True gamer.
True
True
game.
gamer.
Mac OS. Is that why you have so many issues? Because you're just
Oh,
using
God,
a Mac.
Makes sense.
Hey, I haven't had any problems.
Mm.
Yeah, Rob, that's normally you
Well, I have no
or
problems.
Sarah these last couple of weeks.
What's that DS game on the stand?
Have a guess.
Oh, I should stop streaming now, right?
It
Let's
looks
kill
like
this.
a Zelda game.
Stopping streaming. Bye.